Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. In today's video, I am going to be doing a mid-year check-in on my debt payoff plan. I shared this document with you a couple months back, and it's a document I have used for years, year over year, to at one point manage my debt and then transition that into actually paying off debt and work toward becoming consumer debt free. So this is one of my favorite updates. Again, it's a mid-year check-in. It is close to the middle of July and a perfect time to recalibrate your goals. If there's something that you had hoped to achieve that you're thinking maybe you won't achieve, just adjust your dates or adjust your goal and you'll get there. There also may be some lessons you can learn from the first 6 months of the year that you can go back and review over and make some adjustments for the rest of the year based on the first 6 months of the year. So either way, don't give up, keep it moving. It's going to be okay. So again, that video that I showed you back in April of this plan has more of the introduction to this and has more context. In today's video, I'm basically going to be making updates here. And like I mentioned in that video, I love this document because it gives me an opportunity to see not only when each of my debts should be paid off, each account, but also when I will be consumer debt free. And so this is one of my favorite ones to update. Again, I won't be going through this in too much detail, but it is a resource that I love to use. I am going to be sharing today's update with you as well. Share something with me. Let me know in the comments how you track when each debt will be paid off. Do you just kind of go about it putting as much money towards each account until it's paid off? Or do you have a more detailed plan to see, when this one will be paid off and then that one, until you're consumer debt free? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to hear. Also, in that previous video, I shared some other resources that are something like this. So again, I will leave the link to that video in the description or on one of these cards up here. So you are able to review that video and get an idea of how I use this. So I am going to get into it. The first thing I want to do is update this date here to make sure it reflects the 12th of July. And then because I will be making some updates towards the end of the year, I'm going to go ahead and freeze this pane so that I can see these creditors and make sure I stay on track with that. I'm just going to freeze this first column. So then when I scroll over, that'll stay in place. So now I am looking at June, just wrapping up June. And actually, I'll kind of go back over one. So June, the SECU account was paid. The blue-green, it received its payment. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and mark that one. And then, yep, so we're good to go with June. Things went accordingly. And then moving into July, so we have this here, the blue-green, that payment. So the July payment was actually $37.12 for each of these. And so I'm just going to select in there. I'm holding down the control button to select that additional one there, and those have been paid. And then the blue-green should be paid soon, and then the SECU credit. I could add some of the payments I've made in that one, but as you can see, I am going to be making some adjustments to paying this one off soon anyway. So again, one thing I love about this spreadsheet is that I can see when things will be paid off. Of course, I am not going to wait until August to pay this account off with only $7.76 to go. So what I'm going to do is move that over and make sure to pay this off in July. In my last video, I talked about why I'm putting $14.12.35 towards my debt payoff plan. And so I just want to make sure that each of these lines up to that $14.12.35. But what I may do, because this may actually cause it to go over, is just schedule to pay a little bit more in July, just so I can go ahead and pay this one off. So this one, the sum of this is $1179.29. So I am going to change that here, $1179.29, and then I can delete that. You can see this zeroes out. I'm going to go ahead and make this one yellow, as it will be the last payment. And there you go. So this total here is actually more than the $14,1235, but that's okay. I'm willing to spend more on that to get it knocked out. So what I have left is to pay off the SECU in July, as well as to make that blue-green payment. And so this is what I like to see, that I had scheduled to pay something off in 1 month, but can pay it off earlier. So let's take a look here at August and moving forward. Now, because this July payment for the Amex and Discover is $37.12, I would actually normally move that forward, making each of these $37.12 going across. But because I know that the August payment for this will be $36.75, I'll go ahead and put that in there, $36.75 on that one as well. And then of course you can see my Discover is next to be paid. If my SECU was paid off in August, then I would move to making my debt payoff payment towards the Discover, but now I can move that up to August. So I'm going to see what the difference is between these two. So this is going to equal this minus that amount, and that's $1173.11. So then I'm going to take this amount and add it to the Discover, which is that amount. And so it makes this $1209.86, which I probably could have just copied and pasted as well. But there you go, $1209.86. Let me move that over a little bit. And so that'll be the new payment to Discover. And then it adjusts over here as well to see that if I made these payments, then I would actually go over, I would pay over. And so one other thing I'm going to do before I make that adjustment is to take this American Express all the way over as well. And so that made a difference here. And then I know that the $1209.86 can come on over. And then you can see what I'm doing is just adjusting the numbers within so that everything looks good over here. And down here at the bottom, I can remove this. I'm just deleting. And then let's see, let's make this a little bigger because we can. And then so here, this looks good. Everything kind of stays going along until this one. That's over. And then you can see I still am over $797.38. So I'm just going to delete this to get an idea of what would be left after this payment. And it's $412.48. So then you see that in November, I'll actually pay this one off. So that's the kind of stuff that gets me excited, is that I will get that done. Starting in November, I will be making an extra payment to the American Express. So this is really exciting. What I'm going to do here is take this amount minus this amount, and then add that amount to this American Express. So then I'm just going to update this American Express and it adjusts here, and then add the difference to this payment as well. And so it's going to be the same thing here where it's this amount minus this, and then add it to this, and it makes that $1246.61. And then you can see the $1412.35 is consistent along the bottom, and then over on the side as well. Going into the next year, I will have a balance of a little over $10,000, if not less, because you know me. So then these balances should transfer over to the next sheet. Let's take a look. 65 and 317. All right, excellent. And so on this page, what we're going to do is just make any updates needed. And so going into this year, I already knew that this will be the payment. And then I'm just going to scroll over to the end here, and you can see that because I was able to make more payments to that account earlier in 2019, then I can make some adjustments here. So I can remove that payment, and then I can actually remove this payment. I'm going to remove this one and see that the balance is $1224.63, paying that off in March Oh my goodness. So I'll pay that one off in March, and then I am going to adjust here. So I know that this equals this minus this amount, and then we're going to add this to this amount, and that's 187.72, making that 1412.35. And because this is the last account, it will be 1412.35 across the board. So I'll make sure those even up. I can go ahead and remove that because I will be paying it off 2 months early. Yay! And then you see this, I am over in balance if I make these payments as they're listed, so I can remove this one for September. Back to August. In August, making a payment of $382.41 to complete the debt payoff in August. So you can see here, instead of me becoming consumer debt free in 34 months, I will be debt free in 33 months. This is what excites me, is that I know in August of next year, a little over a year from now, I will be consumer debt free, and that's really exciting. Of course, if you're one of my subscribers, by the way, don't forget to subscribe if you are not already one of my subscribers. And if you are one of my subscribers, thank you so much. My subscribers know I am going to give it my full effort to pay it off even sooner. So it's July. Let's see if I could get it done next July, if not sooner. Okay, so I'm gonna keep pushing the limits. I'm going to be as gazelle intense as I can to get this done and knocked out. And you do that too. Let me know when you plan to be debt free. I think it's always great to see what the end month will be. It is something to celebrate. I'm going to finish this up off video, tidy it up a little bit more, but really that's essentially it. It gives me an opportunity to see that July, I'll knock out the SCCU. I'm down to 3 debts. In November, another one bites the dust, and I'm down to 2 debts going into the next year. March, and then July or August, we're going to wrap it up and I will be ready. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share your journey with me. And thank you for already sharing your time with me and your journey with me, your advice with me. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.